All right, let's take a look at the latest with this system. This is potential tropical cyclone number 1. The Hurricane Center saying it's very unlikely now that this will develop into a tropical storm before it moves inland tomorrow morning. And this may work in our favor too. The trend in the last few hours has been for a lot of dry air to get entrained near the center of this. And the center has been, well, there have been multiple spins in the atmosphere. Earlier tonight we had one off the northwest coast of Cuba. Now we have a second one that's you can see it here on the satellite loop in the last few frames just to the west of Key West, and that's helping bring in some drier air too. So we may be on the low side with our rainfall totals when it's all said and done. The latest track takes it inland and across Florida on Saturday morning and then racing off the coastline after that. And we're looking at gusty winds and kind of peak winds and rain tomorrow morning through mid and late morning, more so on the Treasure Coast. Now look at the satellite and the radar composite, and you can see that very ill-defined spin and trying to make a low-level center here. Broad area low pressure all the way from northwestern Cuba all the way up toward the lower Keys and just to the west of Key West. But a lot of the rainfall is getting pushed to the east, and drier air obviously is starting to work in behind this. So as I said, it may work in our favor, and we may more than likely be on the low side as far as total rain as when it's all said and done later Saturday and early Sunday. But a flood watch continues, and we have that up and down the coastline. We also have a tropical storm warning that's in effect for the entire South Florida, also the northwestern Caribbean and down off western Cuba. So that low tracks very quickly off the east coast on Saturday evening. Drier air filters in, and I think by later Saturday, most of our area will see some sunshine, and it's going to continue into Sunday too. The latest computer models are also toning down the heavier rains. This is one of the more aggressive models. There's 8 in the morning, bringing a big, a very heavy rainfall and tropical rains across the lake, and then eventually along the coastline of Palm Beach County. But look at how quickly the dry air works in behind that. So rain totals, I've dropped them a bit. 4 to 6 inches of rain in Palm Beach County, 3 to 5 across Martin County, even lower across St. Lucie and Indian River County at about 2 to 4 inches, and wind gusts about 20 to 35 miles an hour. Similar numbers for Okeechobee County. And I'll toss it over to Steve Villanueva with more on those winds.
Well, we are continuing to watch this potential tropical cyclone. It doesn't look like it will develop. It's running out of real estate. And on top of that, we're seeing a lot of wind shear and some drier air moving on in. So rainfall will continue as we head into the next several hours. But it looks like we're going to end up on the lower end of what we were predicting because that drier air is starting to entrain into it. But as far as the wind goes, as we head into tomorrow morning, as the low's moving through, the winds will start to increase, winds at about 30 miles an hour. And then once the system starts to pull away from us, the winds do start to get weaker and weaker. And then by the time we get to Sunday afternoon, we're talking winds sustained at about 10 to 15 miles an hour. So on the breezy side, but we're going to have the strongest winds early tomorrow morning. And since we're not expecting the system to become a tropical storm, once again, we're not expecting sustained winds of over 39 miles an hour, which is what will make it a tropical storm. So the likelihood of that is dropping dramatically since we're no longer expecting it to become that tropical storm. But here are the wind gusts tomorrow morning. We're starting off with the winds at about 25 to 30 miles an hour. That'll be the trend into the early afternoon. And then the storm system pulls away. And as we head into tomorrow night and into Sunday, wind gusts at about 10 to 15 miles an hour.